Well, hello and a very warm welcome to a romantic Valentine's Day, celebrating lovers everywhere. And who better to do that with than the radio laureate himself, Mr. Loverman, Mike Read. How you doing, Mike?
Hey, I like the introduction. I love how you drop your voice down there to the Valentine's romantic bit. Very good. Yeah, I now know, I can now see how you seduce women.
That's when he run for miles. Was Barry White? I mean, he had the most romantic voice, but he wasn't a slim man, was he?
No, he had a great name for somebody that was meant to be a romantic. They called him the Walrus of Love. I mean, anything else here, the Emperor of Love, the God of Love, the Prince of Love, but the Walrus of Love, it's not the greatest nickname in the world, is it really?
Oh, absolute flipper. I love it. It's got to be good. Poor old Barry. Did you ever meet him?
The Walrus, yeah, I met the Walrus, yeah. He didn't love me, but no, I mean, he was fine. No, I worked with him a couple of times, but not to know him, not to go around for supper with him, but I worked with him a couple of times, yeah. I'm just wondering, if you were to be called something, what would you choose if they said you can have your choice of name, Andrew Eborn, the something of love?
Oh, I think the hedgehog. I think that should be good. I love hedgehogs because they look wonderful, little ones, and so cute. What about you? What would you have?
I'd probably be the Laureate of Love, I think.
The Laureate of love. Well, we like our alliteration, so we could have the
Yeah.
lemur of love, couldn't we? Or the lizard of love. That could be the wrong sort of connotation.
Yeah, Lizard of Love, not quite so good, but the Hedgehog of Love, that conjures up all sorts of images, so no one can get near you.
Yes, absolutely. There's a clean version, which we'll stick with for today. But absolutely, the hedgehog of love, I love. The lemur of love sounds good as well. The lizard of love, maybe not. The llama of love, the love llama.
Yes, or a plover.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, that would be good. The plover.
Plover of lovers. The plover of lovers. Yeah.
The love glove, but that's something. I mean, it's all very different. All of those wonderful things that we can have, but animals are glorious for that sort of stuff. So, what's the most romantic thing, Mike, that you have done for Valentine's Day?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I've done some unromantic things. I remember, like on two occasions, I booked a tennis match, and it's really tonight. Yeah, yeah. Don't you know what day it is? Well, it's Thursday. That's why I booked the tennis. So I've done some bad things unwittingly, thoughtlessly. But I've probably done a few romantic things as well, but probably more unromantic things, I suspect.
It is extraordinary. And what I love about it, I mean, people can be romantic every day themselves and so on and so forth, but it is that sort of the tradition. And we had our canon, Roger Hall, the Queen's chaplain, came on and explained all about St. Valentine's. And it's actually quite a tragic story because Valentine was actually imprisoned and he fell in love with the jailer's daughter. And that's where it all came from. He sent her a little note which he wrote, "From your Valentine." And that's where the very first Valentine's card came. It's unrequited love. He was, I think, executed the following day. So it wasn't romantic at all.
It sounds like the start of a bawdy ballad. She was only the jailer's daughter.
Absolutely, always as well. Well, talking of ballads then, Mike, Radio Laureate, tell us about Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I did one for the radio a couple of days before on the Friday. And I thought Valentine's may be a bit schmaltzy. I did it on Great Lovers. I thought, knowing you, I know a little bit about it secondhand, obviously. Great lovers. There have been some great lovers and others that weren't so great. That Casanova, he won them over. He was a bit of a rover, and Lord Byron would try on the old charm when on the arm of a lady. And after a quick vino, Rudolph Valentino would woo them in a casino. Have a bit of a beano, but what did he know? No more than other Lotharios, I suppose. And there were others. One who had 13,000 lovers under the covers. Warren Beatty, muscly and meaty. And did he cheat? He did, of course. Even if he started as a lad. What a cad. That means he had about 200 women a year. Over there, over here. That's 0.75 of a woman a day. Hey, that's fine. But where did he find the time? The women were charmed by his golden globes, and he raised more than women's hopes. And what makes it trickier too, he's been married since 1992, so it's frightening. You'd have to move like lightning. Was that Warren Beatty? Were you his chick? I don't know, it was all too quick, but I saw his little black book, and it was that thick. He was at our house and then next door. They say he's made love to 13,000. I've checked, and I think I might have been 7,213.
Well, I love this section because only you can rhyme Warren Beatty with muscly and cheaty. Glorious, glorious. But he was wonderful. I remember when they did. Do you remember they did this the Oscar award? Didn't he come out and do the Oscar award and announce it?
Yeah. I think he has been upfront about it. I think people do retract after a while. I remember when Tony Blackburn was on Piers Morgan's Life Stories, and in his book, Tony had said, I've made love to 1,000 women. And of course, Piers spent 15 minutes wooing and patting him on the head, telling him what a great broadcaster he was. And just when he'd reeled him in, he said, when I read your book, you said you'd made love to 1,000 women. And Tony's face was like, close up on his wife in the in the audience. Oh no, embarrassing. And poor old Tony said, well, it might have been less than that. It might have been 500. No, I don't think you've extricated yourself there totally. So yeah, it might have been 500. I love it. Great fun.
Extraordinary. And what about, I mean, we talk about Warren Beatty, 13,000, you're right, 0.75 of a day. Extraordinary.
Extraordinary. He's married since 92. So if you say he's been a good boy since 92, then that's 28 years, 29 years of not being with anybody else. So that means he's had to go through quite a few a day. If he started, say, when he was 17, 18, he's really had to sort of, go knocking on quite a few doors.
And what about Mike Read? How many lovers have you had, Mike Read?
Not as many as Warren Beatty.
A wonderful dodge. I love it. Warren Beatty, muscly and cheaty. I think it doesn't get
muscly and meaty. Warren Beatty, muscly and meaty. And did he cheaty? Did, of course. Yes.
I love it. Mike Read, thank you very much for being my guest. It's an absolute delight. As always, we'll see you next time.
Andrew Casanova Eborn, thank you.
Bye-bye. So thank you again to the romantic radio laureate, Mike Read. If you have any suggestions for guests or you want to take part in the show in any way, talk to me at guests@octopustv.com. That's guests@octopustv.com. Don't forget, you can follow me at Andrew Eborn at octopustv and also subscribe on all of the usual channels. But for me, for now, lots of love. I'll see you next time. Bye.